Welcome again. Today is our 23rd day and we will talk about the marriage capsule. Remember, we are looking forward to the launch of our book, Friends for Life. Now we have just about a week to go and we shall be there at SERENA Hotel, 10th of November, 4 p.m. God willing. Now, if the main issues in marriage are generally the same, then the cure can also generally be the same. I mean, that's something God showed us. They could be covered or cured by one spiritual tablet. You know, I'm using language that is medical, but remember, I'm talking about marriage. We need a marriage vaccine. Something like a marriage vaccine. And that one, we call it a broad spectrum capsule for marriage. You know, we need a broad spectrum capsule for marriage. You know, like a capsule that can cure any and every marital problem. And God has shown us something like that. So the two key pillars of marriage are love and submission. Those are the two key pillars of marriage. Love and submission must always end in the fulfillment of a spouse or a purpose. Marriage and submission, love and submission should always end in the fulfillment of a purpose in the mind of God. God has a purpose for your marriage. And so your love and your submission to each other is meant to give you the fulfillment, to end in the fulfillment of that purpose. It is not meant to end in personal gratification. So don't be too busy looking for personal gratification in marriage. That is not God's purpose for your marriage. Happiness in a marriage is a byproduct of the fulfillment of the purpose of God. In other words, if you make God happy, you'll also be happy. So don't be too concerned about your own happiness. Be concerned about the happiness of God. Because when God is happy with you, definitely He will also give you happiness. Submission flows freely when a wife is completely loved and cherished by her husband. So you can see these two things go together. Love will produce submission, submission will produce more love. Correct submission is a product of authentic love, not commands. So you don't expect that your wife will love you more just because you keep commanding her. And so you have to understand the connection between submission and love. The place for the children and career and even ministry should always be founded on deep love and submission in the marriage. So you have to be thinking in terms of deep love and submission so that creates room even for the children now in the marriage. A wife does not necessarily submit to the husband, the man, but she submits to the purposes of God inside. There are purposes of God incarnated in a person. And therefore, that is what she submits to. So she needs to see it. She needs to know, what is this that God put in this man? What does this man exist for, so that she can submit herself to that which God intended for this man. Submission in the kingdom is safeguarding the purposes of God incarnated inside of the husband. That's what she will protect. Her submission is a protective factor for those things that are put inside the husband as a package. So the reason for submission is actually reverence for God. So when you are submitting as a wife, it actually is the evidence that you fear God. It's not just about the man. It is actually about your walk with God. When a man is loving the wife, it's not just about loving a woman. It is actually a reflection of your love for God. Very, very important. You get more of that in the book. See you tomorrow.